have been compromised. Drug use is one of these conducts that has been compromised. Drug abuse is unwarranted pattern of consumption of natural or synthetic substances or drugs in an unapproved quantity for performance enhancement and psychological effect for non-therapeutic, non-medical use by an individual with methods neither approved nor supervised by medical professionals. When drug abuse becomes a necessity for maintaining psychological and emotional satisfaction, it is called drug addiction. Drug corrodes the basic structure of society by affecting a good human society in all aspects, including destabilizing families, reducing human productivity, corrupting trustworthy government and honest police, and demoralizing law-respecting citizens. Research has stated that globally, over 200 million people consume such form of illicit drugs. The effect of drug abuse to the individual and society is one thing that needs great attention. Perhaps understanding the effects will give us the moral courage and desire to fight and reduce the use of illegal drugs. In all evidence, the individual suffers most of problems as a result of abusing drugs. Some of the many effects include euphoria and illusions. Drugs will distort the normal perception capacity and functionality of the brain and make a pseudo visualization and perception. It will create illusion and artificially make you feel euphoric, excited, or pleasurable. This is as a result of psychological deterioration. When drugs are abused, its effects on the brain is inevitable. Again, mental illness is one thing associated to drug abuse. Scientists have shown that there is a link between drug use and serious mental illness, like schizophrenia. Yet, it's still unclear whether serious drug use leads to mental illness. However, a person having a chronic psychological illness has an increased chance of drug abuse. I am very certain that people who have mental issues have a lot of connection to drug abuse. This is an obvious analysis. Moreover, legal issues associated with drug abuse. Buying, selling, possessing, or making illicit drug is illegal. It's also against the law to give prescription drugs to people who have not prescriptions from a doctor. Yet, several prescription drugs are routinely abused. Getting caught in possession of illicit drugs or in violent acts can land the drug user in jail or mental rehabilitation center. The individual may face the wrath of the law if he or she is found possessing such materials. However the case may be, laws governing such issues may differ from country to country. Also, there is an internal organ damages. Prolonged use of certain addictives can cause damage to the internal organs such as brain, liver, kidney, lungs, throat, and stomach. For example, marijuana is more harmful to lung cigarettes. 2 to 3 marijuana cigarettes cause more damages to the lung and respiratory tract than 20 to 25 tobacco cigarettes. Continuing marijuana can your brain and destroy your memory, learning, attention, and understanding capacity. As a society, some of the effects of drug abuse includes violence. Drug can increase the likelihood of violent behavior. Drug-induced violence can lead to serious injury to the drug user and others. Serious crimes like murder or rape could be committed unknowingly under the influence of drugs. The people who abuse drugs extend some of these problems to innocent souls in a community or society. When a person gets intoxicated with drugs, they tend to do things differently, and these things affect individuals in the society. Again, drug abuse also increases immoral activity. Illegal drugs are widely perceived as sexual stimulants and aphrodisiacs. However, the impact is often contradictory to the desired one. Cannabis drugs like marijuana are regarded as aphrodisiacs, increasing the good mood and sexual arousal by stimulating sexual activities. However, the fact is that marijuana distorts the sense of time, and an illusion of prolonged arousal and orgasm is experienced by the user. When such things happen, we tend to abuse the powers of procreation. Research also states that long-term use of cannabis have low sperm counts and low testosterone level, and women can have abnormal ovulation. To conclude, I wish to arouse our faculties to a sense of responsibility and analyze what drug abuse can bring to the individual and society. I wish to call upon parents, guardians, and stakeholders in both the economic and political frontier to take a serious look at this issue and put down strict measures to reduce this canker.